Greetings nerdy list aficionados and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. It's villain time, the best time. I mean, unless you're a superhero trying to defuse a tense situation, then it's a stressful time. Once more we are looking at powers, and our candidate today is a fun one, Lex Luthor, the world's smartest man. He's known for his legendary contempt of Superman, but he often avoids powers, preferring to go it with his innate human abilities. But every now and again, circumstances or another universe have given us a glimpse of a Lex with powers. I'm Sasha and these are the top 10 superpowers you didn't know Lex Luthor had. Let's get started. Number 10, Lex-L. Lex-L comes to us from the multiverse, from Earth 230, and we're dealing with a world where Lex is just Superman. He's the son of Jor-El, but the backstory from there deviates wildly. His mother was killed when one of his father's experiments went wrong, so Jor-El destroyed Krypton and left with his son. They then proceeded to crash on Earth, in the process killing John and Martha Kent, bank robbers in this universe. Lex-L would develop powers as a result of Earth's sun, and don a wig. He would befriend Clark Lang, who he didn't know was the orphaned son of the Kents, who was also destined to become a supervillain. This was because of a chromostimulant implanted in his brain that would also cause him to kill Jor-El. Earth 230 is doing all the things. Lex would go on to become Superman and just do the same things as Clark, like become a reporter at the Daily Planet and have a crush on Lois Lane. Even though that's par for the course, Lex always has that. Number 9, Green Skull. There is always time to take a jaunt over to the Amalgam universe, where we have DC and Marvel characters fused together, from the era when DC and Marvel were still doing crossovers, which happened more frequently than some people think. The Green Skull is a fusion of Lex Luthor and the Red Skull. He creates a serum for himself using Green K, which is kryptonite. In this universe, the result of an alien crash in Kansas and being buzzed around for a super soldier project. The serum that he took extended his lifespan, and also gave him a bit of a kick in strength, but also turned him into the Green Skull. Because of this, he becomes a recluse, but also founds the terrorist organization of Hydra. Again, I mean, you turn green, the perfect time to start an evil cabal. Why not? It's not easy being green. Number 8, Lex Luthor from All-Star Superman. All-Star Superman was an Elseworld Superman story written by Grant Morrison that ran from 2005 to 2008 and spanned 12 issues, so putting Doomsday Clock to shame. However, All-Star Superman has a good reputation and is enjoyed by many. In this story, one plot element involves Superman having synthesized a serum to give a human his powers for a brief period of time. He uses it on Lois so they can have a superpowered date. Romantic? Lex manages to get his hands on some and uses it to engage in a fight with Superman, who's dying by the way. But then he is suddenly overwhelmed by all that he can see while having Clark's abilities and has this epiphany about just why Clark does what he does and why he is the way he is. But then the powers fade and Clark dies heroically and dramatically, leaving Lex a lot sadder and a little wiser and 100% ready to make a Superman clone. Number 7, Kryptonite. So hear me out. One of the things Lex consistently does is surround himself with kryptonite, be it a secret stash, a kryptonite ring, or even injecting himself with it. Now, this prolonged exposure to kryptonite rarely works out well for him, but when it gets to the point that he's literally giving himself blood poisoning, it does grant him the ability to repel Superman. But Superman has a lot of friends, so he still needs other plans for taking them out. Although it's not that hard for him to trick Clark into coming to see him alone, or even just, asking him to. Number 6, Metallo. Yes, there's a universe out there where Lex is also Metallo, because if you can think it, there's a multiverse for that. This Lex comes from a universe called the Super 7. In this universe, aliens known as the Malazarem have invaded Earth. Lex was sent up as representative, but betrayed them being the aliens, not the humans. So he was thrown off a building to serve as an example. Well, joke's on them, because the Resistance found his body and took his brain and put it right into Metallo. So he becomes the Man of Steel, get it? And has all the enhancements that having a robot body brings you. Also, he produces kryptonite radiation, and Lex will never say no to that. Number 5, Bizarro Lex. Just in case one Bizarro wasn't enough for you, there was also a whole Bizarro world. Over time, the original Bizarro gained the ability to not only replicate himself, but create other Bizarro people based on people that he knew on Earth. So he used this ability to populate his planet, Bizarro World. And this included creating a Bizarro version of Lex Luthor, who would go on to make such dastardly plans as make everyone bald like him. Oh no, the horror. Okay, real talk, nothing wrong with being bald. Bizarro Lex is unique for having the specific physiology implanted in all Bizarros, the grayish skin and disproportionateness, also potentially slightly stronger than his human counterpart, probably. But this one is mostly the appearance. Number 4, CYBERLINK. One shout out to Tech Enhanced Lex. If the Green Lantern ring counts as a power, then so so too should Lex's tech. But to keep it fresh, we're gonna look at tech from another universe, because Mainverse Lex also loves to deck himself out. 1995 gave the world a comic called Superman and Batman Doomlink. In this universe, there was a device called CYBERLINK armor that was also used not only by Lex, but by Superman and Batman as well. Lex uses his CYBERLINK suit to fly and create energy blasts and the like. And he is of course spurred on by his hatred for Superman and the fact that he is an alien and beloved by humans. How dare they? His armor shot kryptonite acid, but ultimately he was taken down by Batman. Again, too focused on Clark. Gotta switch it up. Number 3, Alexander Luthor, MAZAHS. We need to go to the alternate universe of Earth 3 for this number. On this Earth, we have a topsy-turvy world where the heroes are the villains and the villains are the heroes. The Justice League is instead the crime syndicate, and they have to deal with the likes of Alexander Luthor. Alexander Luthor in modern continuity had gained the ability to absorb the powers of others. He would use it to take powers from the villainous syndicate, and then he would use them in battle to take them down. He would become known as MAZAHS after absorbing the powers of Captain Marvel, aka Shazam. This is because MAZAHS is just Shazam backwards, which is what Shazam goes by in this universe, because topsy-turvy. Lex had amassed quite an arsenal of powers, such as Johnny Quicks and Deathstorms. He was a force to be reckoned with, but all did not end well for him, at least not in the end of the New 52. And number 2, we have Firestorm Matrix. Again, on Earth 3, Alexander Luthor gained access to the Firestorm Matrix, a power normally associated with the hero Firestorm. So he gained this ability by taking it from Firestorm, which means anything Firestorm could do, he can do, including getting rid of that pesky need to eat and drink. This is separate from our last number because having Firestorm's abilities is a whole other ballpark. So Firestorm can rearrange molecular or particle structures of any substance, then convert them into pretty much anything he can think of. Just something else. And Alexander, didn't even have to get fused into 2 people to make this happen. He can create nuclear fusion, hold it in his hands. That's incredible. You know, Alexander stood a chance if he hadn't fallen in with Superwoman, who is not at this point Diana, but Lois Lane. I'm telling you, Lois and Lex, it's a thing. In at number 1, we have Apex Lex, the latest at the time of this recording iteration of Lex, part of the Year of the Villain and tied to Perpetua and the Dark Multiverse and all of that fine stuff. This Lex decided that he fell in line with Perpetua's philosophy of the idea that villains were the ultimate evolution and as such turned himself into the ultimate villain. But to do this, he could no longer be purely human and instead fused himself with Martian DNA, turning him into something else, a creature with powers. Now this has proven to be controversial for some, which is why it is at our number 1 spot. Some feel that this is not something that Lex would ever have done, while others feel that based on the circumstances of the story, it makes sense. Lex has gone around killing all the other Lexes from the multiverse. It's been very The One, or any other sci-fi story to do that plot. So what do you think of Apex Lex? Does it make you laugh as much as me to say it? I'm laughing on the inside. Let me know down below. So those were 10 superpowers that you didn't know Lex Luthor had. Do you know about all of these? Did I miss some? Let me know down below. I'm Sasha and thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you never miss a vid. And I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.